to the families who experienced loss in the tragic events of last week, Thursday. One of the victims is the daughter of one of my constituents. And one of the most difficult things that we do in this line of work is to console those persons who have lost their families to gun violence. And so, Mr. Speaker, I wish to extend my condolences to Mr. Lloyd Smith. I also extend my condolences to Zalita as well on the passing of her beloved daughter, and to the entire family, Mr. Speaker. I would also, Mr. Speaker, like to extend condolences to the family of Mr. Shaquan Williams as well. And I'm certain, Mr. Speaker, that many members will also wish to be associated with those particular remarks. Mr. Speaker, at the same points in time, there's others who are close to our PLP family who have experienced loss in recent times, Mr. Speaker. First, I would like to extend or ask the House to send a letter of condolences to the family of the late Eugene A. Simmons, who is the devoted father of the Senator Lindsey Simmons, who sits in another place, who's lost her father. I would also like to ask, Mr. Speaker, that this House do extend condolences to the family of the late Faye Hayward, who is the mother of Senator Lauren Haywood Bell, who sits in the other place as well, and who lost her mother last week as well, Mr. Speaker. And I would certainly ask that members be associated with those remarks, but I'm certain that those persons will give their comments. Finally, Mr. Speaker, inside sticking with the PLP family, I would also like to ask the Honorable House to send a letter of condolences to the family of the late Alexander Happy Abbott, who is the father of Mr. Alexander Abbott, who's the deputy chair of our party, but also, as the deputy premier reminded me, a well-known and well-loved individual who unfortunately passed away very suddenly last week. And in closing, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the government, I would like to extend congratulations to the Outstanding Teen of the Year, who was honored out the Outstanding Teen Awards. Mr. Speaker, thank you, Ms. Essie Naylor.
Thank you, Mr. Premier. Mr. Opposition Leader, you have your 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I don't mean to belabor the point, but I do mean to express the opposition's condolences on the passing of your wife, and most especially, we're very mindful of their legacy. For those of us who also went to Bermuda Institute, we have fond memories. Now, I just would also remark the homegoing service was very beautiful, and especially your youngest son's presentation was very heartwarming. Mr. Speaker, I also rise to give my condolences to the families of the victims of the shooting in Somerset and the entire Somerset community. It is a very, very tight community, and having already suffered loss, to suffer further must be quite significant, and I pray for their consolation. Mr. Speaker, I also bring condolences to the family of Mr. Chucky Berg, a constituent of mine, who, through his quiet charity, has made substantial contributions to the benefit of our community. One of those was to the Bermuda Sloop Foundation and the Spirit of Bermuda ship, which, as we're all aware, does incredible work in the community to educate young persons and give them incredible opportunities to advance their life. So with that being said, for all of these, I give my condolences. Thank you for this time, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Opposition Leader. MP, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, you have your 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, I'd like to be associated with the remarks for condolences to both senators, Lauren Haywood Bow, as well as Lindsey Simmons, during this time of their loss. I would like to express congratulatory remarks in general, for all young people who took part in the agricultural exhibition events and received prizes. But in particular, I will speak to those students from St. David's Primary and East End Primary and congratulate them. I will associate the Hill House with that because we are proud of our young ones. We really are. Mr. Speaker, and finally, I would like to extend personal condolences to you and to the Lister family and to the member from constituency 28. Indeed, as has been stated, your wife was a lady of excellence, par excellence. She was an outstanding person in the community. She gave much in terms of education, as well as to this house when she worked with the youth parliament. And I can attest to the fact that I saw the product of her tuition during her time with youth parliament. I would also like to say there are many who don't realize her entrepreneurial acumen, and she is well known for those of us who partook in her peanut butter. She sold the best peanut butter in Bermuda. And I do want to say this, Mr. Speaker, I will be holding your sons to account because they cannot let that die. And will be more than, I will talk about Russell in particular, and be more than willing to help him to achieve what his mother mastered. And so condolences for you and your family, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
Yes.
Junior Minister Furbert, you have your 3 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of my family, of course, I would like to express our condolence to you and your family, particularly because you're not the Speaker of the House, and also Dennis Lister Jr. III, who's in this honorable House. We express our condolence to you. Mr. Speaker, it was an interesting comment from one of the speakers at the service, and the scripture that they used was in Proverbs 31:10. He says, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies." And Mr. Speaker, you found that in Miranda Lister. A virtuous woman uplifts others with grace, leads her family with wisdom, and walks through life with quiet strength and unwavering faith. She's clothed in dignity, speaks with kindness, and leaves behind a legacy that transcends generations. Mr. Speaker, Miranda, as far as I know, was by every measure such a woman. Her presence brought light, her character radiated strength, and her love offered comfort. The lives she touched are immediately richer, and the values she lived by continue to guide and inspire all who knew her. Mr. Speaker, may her memory forever be a blessing, and may we each strive to carry forward the legacy of integrity, love, and unwavering faith that she so beautifully embodied. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Junior Minister. Does any other one wish to make a comment? Minister Darrell, you have your 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to send condolences to the family of Miss Ida Bell Simmons, who sadly passed away recently. She was a constituent of MP Ben Smith in constituency 8, and I met her during my campaign in the 2020 election. Her daughter is Miss Olita Smith, who has been one of my greatest supporters since 2020. And as I learned at Miss Simmons' funeral, she was a stalwart of the Vernon Temple AME Church. So may she rest in peace. Also, condolences to the family of Miss Cynthia Brangman. She is a constituent of C15. And I think the Premier would like to be associated with these condolences as he's close with her daughter. She's from Benroom Lane, Mr. Speaker, and her daughters Renelle and Sharon Brangman. Also, although I never met Miss Brangman, those who do work in my office share fond memories of their very first kindergarten experience, as she was a teacher at the historic kids college over there at New Testament. And she's had many family ties with many people throughout the years. Also, to the condolences, I'd like to send condolences to the family of Mr. Damian Simmons. He was a young chef who many people did know. I'd like to associate the Premier and I think Minister Lightbourne with this one as well. I met him years ago when he was working at the Cocoa Reef Hotel. Many people in this community were very proud of the work that he was doing. He was known through COVID, through his very popular pop-up outdoor brunches. And his grandmother, Miss Sylvia Edwards, is a constituent of Pembroke East Constituency 15. Also, lastly, on the condolences, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to send condolences to the family of Mr. Robert Butch Taylor. He's one of my constituents from Dock Hill. Condolences to his wife, Suzanne, his children, Tanika, Tanea, Takia, and his son, Tariano. And I was able to greet the family during their time of bereavement. So that is the obits, Mr. Speaker. And on a brighter note, I'd like to express my congratulations once again to Carifta athletes that participated in this year's games, especially those that returned to Bermuda with medalists. Mr. Cameron Atkins, a silver medal in the 1500 meters. Mr. Thomas Cicchini, who won 3 bronze medals in swimming, and Ms. Tatiana Souza, who won a silver medal in javelin. And finally, Mr. Speaker, I probably should have said this one before yesterday, but I'd like to send congratulations nonetheless to Mr. Nucky Wells. For the second time in his illustrious footballing career in England, he has guided his team to the championship playoff. Although the result last night did not go as all of us would have liked, I hope he can pull out a victory in the second leg, and I hope that this time will be as successful as the first. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Minister Hayward, you have your 3 minutes, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to echo in the condolences to yourself and your family. Mr. Lister, I'll leave it there. I'll echo in the sentiments of condolences. Mr. Speaker, it's unfortunate that I have to rise to my feet and give congratulations on this particular matter, but I will do so with great pride. I want to give congratulations to the North Village Community Club for winning both the FA and the League Cups this year. Mr. Speaker, I want to send congratulations to the president of the club, Shervin Deal, the vice president of the club, Ralph Gumbo Bean Jr. They done an excellent job, not just with the senior team, but also with the youth programs within the clubs. They were successful at under 18 levels. They were successful at under 15 level. They were successful at the under 13 level, and they were successful in the under 11 level this season, winning trophies in each and every one of those categories. And so I'm hearing that the old host wants to join in in ensuring that the North Village Community Club receives a letter on behalf of this honorable host regarding their success this season.
Okay. Thank you. Deputy Premier, you have your 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. He sounded like he was talking about the Somerset Trojans of old for a minute there. But Mr. Speaker, I would like to start by congratulating Vernon Temple Church for celebrating 99 years last week. I would also, Mr. Speaker, like to congratulate a young man by the name of Jaden Smith. He was recently appointed as head boy at Warwick Academy. He received a distinction in business. He's also the top goal scorer for the under-18s at Vasco da Gama. This young man, I have to declare my interest. This young man just happens to be my great nephew. So he's very smart, very athletic, and I think he's going to go a long, long way. His very good friend, some might say girlfriend, also at Warwick Academy, Miss Chloe Saunders, is also the head girl. So they make a pretty good couple. Now, Mr. Speaker, I would like to associate myself with the beautiful remarks about your wife, Mr. Speaker. You can say nothing but great, beautiful things about her. Mr. Speaker, you will know, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but it's one of the biggest funerals I've been to in recent times. I mean, it weren't even standing room in the place. And what an experience, and what a testament to the great lady that she was. And of course, the beautiful part about the service was Russell. He was fantastic. surely came out of his shell, and it was a pleasure to witness. Mr. Speaker, it was a week of heavy losses for our party. And of course, I associate myself with the condolences for the families who lost 2 loved ones. And we had a very well-attended vigil last night. I think I saw you there, Mr. Speaker, which was very good to see. Also, the families of Lindsey Simmons, our Senator Lauren Bell, my good friend, Dean Alexander Abbott. We used to, what we say, run together when we were teenagers. So that was a shock to not only me, but of course to his family. So my sincere condolences go out to all. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Deputy. Is anyone, MP Whip, would you like to have your 3 minutes?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and good afternoon, colleagues. Mr. Speaker, I also wish to associate with the condolences sent on the loss of 2 of my favorite senators, mother and father. I send it to them and their family as well. But I personally want to also give you, Mr. Speaker, my condolences of the family on the passing of your wife, and that also goes to MPD3 as well. Your wife certainly was a light to certain members of my family, and we would always appreciate it. So again, my condolences as well. On a brighter note, Mr. Speaker, I would ask that congratulations be sent to a very good friend of mine. He received a Sports and Recreation Special Achievement Award for football, and that is the one and only David Sabir. David is what I would certainly describe as the second longest serving General Secretary in the CONCACAF and CFU area region, and he has served several, a long line of presidents. He certainly served as well. And I say us because David was hired by the Bermuda Football Association when I was actually on the council at that time in 1993. I was on the panel that interviewed him. And as at that time, it was a BFA admin assistant job that we were filling on the loss of Eugene Pearman. And since the reform of the role of admin assistants in football, David has graduated to General Secretary. He, as I said, has had the distinction of serving at least 6 presidents, and I include myself in that 6. And he has a wealth of knowledge in the beautiful game. He is sought out for counsel on the Constitution of football around the world. David is known worldwide, and I would think David even has the capability of moving up a step higher in the ranks of football and FIFA as well. And I certainly look forward to seeing that happening. So I certainly ask that some sort of letter of congratulations be sent to him because it's well deserved. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Rip. MP Simmons.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My apologies, my mic. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and good morning, colleagues, or good afternoon. I wish to start first by where the honourable member left off, and that is to thank Mr. David Sabir and to congratulate him on that and for his contribution given to our community of sport here in Bermuda. Mr. Speaker, I also would like to be associated with what took place last night, which was the vigil at Manchester Street in Somerset. I believe that every single member of this House recognizes the hour and that we must all come together to work in a community so that we are able to, at least at the very minimum, prevent this from occurring. So this is bipartisan. It is something that we all see in this House as being important, and I'd like to especially send out our best wishes to Mr. Kenny Yogi Simmons and his wife, Carmelita Williams, for a wonderful event last night, and those who participated and those to whom which we celebrated and also remembered and pray for at this time. Also, Mr. Speaker, if you don't mind, on a personal note, I would just like to extend to you my personal condolences on behalf of me and my daughter Isabella. And I would also recognize that I've known your wife for a very long time, and she knew me for a long time. And in the Seventh-day Adventist community, firstly through Bermuda Institute, and then as it relates to our church family, she is someone who will not easily and not soon be forgotten. She made an impact. She certainly made an impact on each and every one of us. She will be sorely missed, and it is a testament to the life that she lived, to the family that she reared, to those great boys that she has. By your fruits ye shall know them. And certainly, Mr. Speaker, to the service that she provided, not just to her family, to church, and also to you. So we celebrate you, we celebrate your family, and we certainly remember you in our prayers today. I thought it was a wonderful service. I thought it was an appropriate service in recognition of the life that she lived. May she, Mr. Speaker, rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you, MP. Is any other member? MP Swan?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I certainly like to be associated with those condolences offered to your family, ably put by the immediate past Speaker, MP Simmons. And I had the privilege of actually traveling with you and your wife to Africa, where on a CPA conference, and those tend to be most memorable, and they photos that we were able to reflect bring back great memories of interaction on a different level that we truly appreciate. To you and your sons, our deepest condolences go out from not only from me, but also from my family, who are somewhat intertwined with yours as well. I would like to send condolences to the Williams and Gibbons family of St. George, and associate my St. George's colleagues with that, from number 1 and 3 in particular. Sinclair Williams has passed away this past week, and his nephew Keyshawn Gibbons passed away in the UK a couple of months ago. But Sinclair was told by former deputy premier that he was an executive member of the Progressive Labor Party as membership secretary at one particular time, probably around 2007. And I'd like to associate the whole House with those condolences there. I'll be writing something about Sinclair, an outstanding man who I have had the pleasure of doing both as political opponents and political colleagues, but always a friend. His nephew Keyshawn passed away in England. His family had to go and get him. He used to work for me at the golf club at another time, Mr. Speaker. So I'm very close to that family. My condolences go out to them. And certainly I associated with the condolences to Senators Simmons and Bell on their loss as well. I would like to congratulate the Bermuda Volleyball Association on the success, the silver medalist winning of beach volleyball, Megan Hands, Haley Morse, and the men's team of Benjamin Barnett and Sean Tucker. They did us proud. I'd like the Lippman family, who visited Bermuda to celebrate their 30th anniversary. They have been spending for more than 40 years in Bermuda. I was happy to join them for dinner. It's always nice when our returns come back to celebrate those milestones. And finally, Mr. Willett Bill Anderson, and from Southampton, my uncle, who was made a life member of the Blue Water Anglers Club. He joined there in 1958 on the urge of Mr. Regio Hansen, who went up and down the island and got all the game fishermen to join that wonderful club. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, MP Swan. Does any other member wish to 3 minutes? MP Tucker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I would like to also associate myself with the comments made by everyone in here today, particularly as it relates to you and to your family.
Thank you.
I also attended the service. It was absolutely beautiful, and I in particular want to join my comments to what MP Simmons said. What he said was absolutely spot on. I didn't have the privilege that most people in this room and others whom would be listening had in terms of the interactions with your wife. What I did, though, was able to see the two of you out and about, would basically have just sort of like a hello sort of greeting and that type of thing. Every interaction that I've had with her, she just exemplified warmth and kindness. And so I was very much able to relate to what everyone else said about her. And I think that one of the really beautiful things is that listening to all the comments that was made by everyone, she's made an indelible mark on every person that has had the privilege of actually knowing her. And that's a really big deal. And again, a testament to the life that she led. I would also like to associate myself with the comments, with the condolences extended to Senator Lindsay Simmons on the passing of her father, Senator Lauren Hayward Bell on the passing of her mom. And also, I would like to extend condolences to Salida and to Lloyd and Mr. and Mrs. Trott on the passing of Jasmine Smith, and also on to the family of Mr. Eugene Brangman of Somerset. I've never met him, but he was such a colorful character. Whenever I would go into Somerset and pass his house, I would look for any updates and all of that he'd written on the walls, right? I mean, definitely a very colorful character, and will obviously be very much missed in the community. And then also I'd like to associate with the condolences expressed for Ms. Cynthia Brangman, who I knew. She was an ex-boyfriend's auntie, so I knew her quite well, right? So again, condolences to them, and as well as the all of the families. There's a lot of families that's grieving right now, and so I just want to take this opportunity to express condolences to all the families that are grieving the loss of a loved one today. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. And Peter Kudo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish, first of all, to be associated with the numerous condolences to you and your family, particularly the comments by MPs De Silva and MP Simmons, who said it as well as I could ever hope to say it. I also wish to associate myself with the condolences to those who lost loved ones in Somerset. And again, it's been said. I also associate myself with the condolences to the family of Eugene Brangman. I think we can agree Bermuda has enjoyed his creative and inspiring messages. And I'd especially like to extend my condolences to his son, Michael. On a lighter note, I'd like to congratulate Bermudian artist Graham Foster. His piece, The Wreck of the Sea Venture, has been put on display at the Hampton Court Palace in the UK, part of an exhibit of highlights from the Royal Collection. Mr. Foster is a very unique and talented Bermudian artist who has a deep passion and commitment to his art. And many of you probably know he did the piece, The Mural Hall of History at the National Museum of Bermuda. And anyone who has a chance to go up there and experience that would have no question as to the particularly deep commitment he brings to his art. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You're welcome, sir. So any other member wish to make a contribution? MP Robertson, you have your 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And also I'd like to associate myself with the condolences to your family, as I have long-standing roots in Somerset. My grandparents spoke very highly of Mrs. Lister and yourself. So I just wanted to associate with that. The service was very phenomenal, well attended, and I learned a couple of things that I didn't know. So, I send strength to you and your family during this difficult time. I'd also like to associate myself with the condolences given for the loss of life in Somerset as well, as this has rocked the community, and a lot of folks in Somerset are feeling the loss of such a devastating act. So I believe that unites us all, as one of the speakers earlier said, in our fight to curb this violence. On a lighter note, I'd like to congratulate one of my constituents, Jasmine Simons, who is having a grand opening today at 6 p.m. for her art exhibit, The Canvas is Black. And I wanted to bring this up because I feel like the collaboration of artists is very key to our culture, and she's bringing together over 22 artists. So, you know, I encourage my colleagues, if they have time, since we're probably not going to be going home anytime soon tonight, if they could pop out and good. I will say it's a $10 entry fee. It's at 95 Front Street. So I don't want anybody to say I sent them there and they didn't know they had to pay. So 95 Front Street at Karma nightclub at 6 p.m. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. MP Deal, you have your 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to join with my colleagues, first of all, in expressing condolences to you and your entire family, your son who sits in these chambers, and certainly your wife. I was one of her first students. I can remember her coming home from college and just the encourager that she has been over the years. And she was a woman of great faith who set such a wonderful example. And we will deeply, deeply miss her. I'd also like to associate myself with the condolences that were offered for Mrs. Cynthia Brangman, and in particular to her daughter Sharon, who serves as the head of the Somerset Brigade Band. And Mrs. Brangman, she was also a woman who was a great encourager and an inspiration over the years, who will be deeply missed. I'd like to also offer condolences to the family of Mr. Brunel Swan. Brunel came from the Somerset community and was a wonderful young man. At his homegoing, his colleagues, he worked at the Supermart in Somerset, and the comment that was made about him was that it would take 4 individuals to replace him. That's the tremendous work ethic that he had, and one that certainly can be replicated in our community today. I'd also like to associate myself with the condolences to Mrs. Ida Bell Simmons, and in particular to her daughter, Zolita, who is a dear friend of mine. And Mrs. Ida Bell was the godfather to my husband. And so we certainly offer condolences to all of them. To the 2 senators as well, I'd like to offer condolences to them. I'd also like to offer condolences to the family of Eugene Brangman and the families of the individuals that were lost in the shooting last week, and the Somerset family, and just a commitment to them that we will come forth from this stronger than before, committed to turning around the situation in our community, wrapping our arms around these individuals that feel so hopeless that they believe shooting is the only way forward. So thank you, Mr. Speaker. Last but not least, I want to congratulate my wonderful constituents in C36 for the extravaganza. Thank you.
Thank you, MP. Does any other member wish to make a contribution? No? MP Minister Furbert.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I also want to take the opportunity to associate myself with the condolences remarks that have already been made, particularly to your wife, Mr. Speaker. Sincerest condolences to you and your son and your families. And knowing your wife, I mean, we used to share short conversation, but she's always been around and available and community oriented. And I know when I had the opportunity to visit schools when she was subbing, that she's very passionate and dedicated teachers and really cared and had a great understanding for her students. I also want to be associated with the condolences for Mr. Eugene Brangman. Mr. Brangman often used to visit this house, and I have many of the letters in my office from Mr. Brangman where he was explaining some situation to me. You know, he's going to be a great miss, particularly during the times when the Ministry of Health has their senior sports day. where he would participate in the running events there. And so Mr. Brangman, definitely a spirited person, will be greatly missed to the fabric of our community. I want to also take the opportunity to give condolences to our senators, Lauren Bell and Lindsay Simmons, who are heartbroken and devastated with their recent losses. And we just want you to know that we love you and we are thinking about you, and to continue to find your strength in our, in God and our in the Holy Trinity. Mr. Speaker, I want to also take the opportunity to give condolences to the family of Mr. Alexander Douglas, Timmy from Harlem Heights in Hamilton Parish, who recently passed. Just wanting to, again, hold that family up in prayer. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Minister. Does any other member wish to make a contribution? MP Lister?
Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker. Good afternoon to the listening audience and those honorable colleagues. Mr. Speaker, first of all, I'd like to also associate myself with the condolences given to both Senator Lindsay Simmons and Senator Lauren Bow. I now know what it is like to lose a parent, and I offer them encouragement and strength going forwards. And also I'd like to associate condolences to the families of the victims in the shooting last week, Mr. Speaker. I personally knew one of those victims, and Somerset is a community tight knit, and when one hurts, we all hurt. And so for those families, we offer condolences, but for the wider community, we have to come together, and we have to, they say, unity in the community. We need to come together, and not just the community of Somerset, but the island of Bermuda, to stamp out this uncalled for, unnecessary violence that is happening. Also, I'd like to associate, Mr. Speaker, condolences for the unofficial mayor of Somerset, Mr. Eugene Brangman. Anyone that lives in Somerset, you know that when you hit the bottom of Psalmview and Main Road, Somerset, and you hit that corner, you look out for what he has written on his wall or painted on his wall that day. Rather it be something funny, something that he puts up that might not be funny, but to him it might be funny. But you look forward to that. And as said, he was a person that, as a Somerset person, you see him around in the garden. Also at Somerset Cricket Club, he was a passionate Somerset community member. And so the community of Somerset will be feeling in his loss, but I also offer condolences to his family and to his daughters and his son, which I know, condolences to them. And Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the rest of the colleagues for offering condolences on behalf of them to my mother, your wife. Mr. Speaker, there's so much I can say, but I only have a minute left. Mr. Speaker, I attended the funeral, and growing up, my brothers and I always joke, my mama knows so many people, and, she taught so many people all of this, but but attending her funeral, for us as sons, it brought to us, there was, I think someone said, over 900 people at the funeral. And Mr. Speaker, it shows the impact that she had as a teacher, youth parliament, in the church, in the community, wherever she went. And I think, for us as her sons and even you, we just have to know that that's the legacy she left. And we just have to continue on. And, we might not be teachers, but we just have to continue on what she left in us to carry that legacy. And so thank the House for the comments, Mr. Speaker. And last but not least, this is Mother's Day this weekend, and it will be the first that I will be not having a mother, but I just want to wish happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, MP. Does any other member wish to make a comment? No other member? Before we move on, my son done a good job of thanking everyone just now. And I have to add my thanks to that, not only to those in this house, but to this entire community, because there hasn't been a place that I've been able to go since which where I see you there, Deputy, where people are doing what Deputy's doing with me, shedding a tear. It's been difficult. It's been extremely difficult, but it just speaks to the love that she brought to this community. not only in this immediate family, but the island wide, because everywhere in this island I've gone, people have touched me in that way. And the size of the funeral, not only the funeral, but even the viewing the night before, it was just remarkable. It's the numbers of people that showed up on each of those occasions, spoke to the love that she has shared in this community. And we always spoke about the journey that her and I had over the 46 years that we were together. The journey was never about the destinations, but it was about the people who touched our lives and allowed us to touch their lives. And if she could have impacted the people, the impact of her touching those lives and those lives touching us was definitely demonstrated in the outpouring that we received from the community, not only in Bermuda, but worldwide. I've just been impressed by people around the world who have phoned, who have sent words of condolences or cards, et cetera, et cetera. She left a mark everywhere she went. And if it's anything that we can take from that, is that we're here to touch others. That's what we're here for. As we walk and move about each day, wherever our walk takes us, we should try and leave a positive trail behind us with those that we've touched during that day. And we live our lives like that every day. It would be fulfilling the meaning of why we're here. We're here not just for ourselves, but to encourage those around us. And it's from all walks of life, all persuasions of life, because our journey took us to all those different places. I was telling someone earlier, in our travels, we've sat on dirt floors and ate with people. We've sat across a table with royalty and ate with them. But in whatever setting it was, she was as comfortable no matter where it was. And she made people who she sat across the table with feel like you were a long lost friend. I'm here to just uplift you no matter what your circumstances was. So I am deeply, deeply saddened. My heart is extremely broken, but I'm rejoicing in the life that she lived and the impact that she has had on others. And I'm rejoicing in the fact that she walked a faithful life from the entire 46 years I knew her. She was faithful to her God. And I know where she's going to be on that great getting up day. So I rejoice in that. And I rejoice in that. And I'm going to close on this note. That what we all experienced this past weekend, from her viewing on the Saturday evening, from the funeral on Sunday, and the program that you held in your hand. My 3 sons done that. When the mother died, they said, this is our mother, the only mother that we have, and we're going to make sure she's recognized the way that we want to honor our mother. And I salute them, and I'm sure that the mother would be extremely proud if she had been to experience what her son's done for her. So I thank you, Dennis. I thank you, Russell. I thank you, Randall, for what you've always done for your mother. And it always be deep in my heart for that. Thank you for allowing me those few words, and we'll now move on. The next item is matters of privilege. There are none. Personal explanations. There are none. Notice of motions for the adjournment of the House on matters of urgent public importance. There are none. Introduction of bills. There are one bill, government bill, to be introduced. Premier? Minister of Labor, I'm sorry. I'm good.
Mr. Speaker, I am introducing the following bill for its first reading so that it may be placed on the order paper for the next day of meeting. The Department of Labor Act 2025.
Thank you. There are no other bills. Notice of motions. There are no notice of motions. And members in the chamber and the listening audience, we are here today for the reply to the budget speech. And as we have the technicians sorting things out for us, once we get the okay, we'll now start that matter. The Premier will lead us into that matter, and then the opposition shadow finance spokesman will present the opposition's reply to last week's budget statement. Mr. Premier.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I move that the estimates for revenue and expenditure for the year 2025-26 be approved, Mr. Speaker. And of course, my recital says you may wish to make a few brief remarks or wait until the conclusion of the debate to do your reply. all I'll say is, Mr. Speaker, is that we kick off this budget debate in a new time, a time where the country can look forward to increasing revenues and a better economy. And I sincerely hope that our debate over the next 3 weeks will be worthy of the people of whom we serve. I hope that we can make sure that we stick to fact, and I hope that we can have a bipartisan and full and frank discussions on how best to advance the economic interests of the people we serve. So with that, Mr. Speaker, I move that the estimates of revenue and expenditure be approved.
Thank you. Any objection? None?
Mr. Speaker, I'm just rising on a point of order on a procedural matter to see if I can obtain clarification from yourself.
Okay.
We often listen to the budget replies, and sometimes they are filled with factual inaccuracies. It's been customary that members do not rise and provide point of orders during this period of time, and I'm just asking for clarity on whether or not, if persons do intentionally or unintentionally mislead the House, whether or not points of order will be accepted during this time.
Well, you did say that it's customary that we allow it to flow without interruption, and I'll stick to custom on this occasion, but I'll ask any member who feels that there's a clarification or correction or inaccuracy that needs to be cleared up, feel free to do it when you have the occasion to rise on your feet.